Sharing the road sounds like a simple enough prospect, right? Unfortunately, the reality is much more complicated. Here in the United States, bicyclist fatalities have been on the rise in the last few years, oftentimes occurring in urban areas, comprising about 20% of all traffic deaths. So each year during the month of May, which happens to be National Bike Month, cyclists from all over the world gather for the Ride of Silence, not only to raise awareness for safety, but honoring those who have been killed or injured. With us this afternoon, this is Sarah Lee Monroe. She is the organizer of the Ride of Silence Eastern Shore. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank
it's so
you.
good to have you here. So we touched on a few statistics there to begin. Why do you feel it is so important to raise awareness about safety?
For many reasons. May is Bike Month because it just lets people know, drivers and cyclists and vulnerable road users, that there's more people on the road right now.
Okay.
And they may not just be vehicles, they could be slower traffic. I've personally been hit.
Have you really?
I have had a friend who died after he was hit. On my way downtown for the inaugural Ride of Silence in 2023, I was almost struck by a Wicomico County Sheriff's deputy.
Oh my goodness.
And it was an accident. He just forgot that I was there, didn't see me. It was the roundabout. I pulled up in the left lane off of Riverside. I pulled up on the right. He was on the left. And as we came through the roundabout, traffic was backed up on his side and he made an abrupt change. When I pulled up next to him, I could see his dash, I could see his hands on the wheel, I could see his laptop. He just didn't see me. So it's a matter of awareness.
And these guys pay attention, so it can happen to anyone.
It can.
What was it like for you when you got hit?
I was rattled. But to be fair, anybody that puts enough miles on a bicycle, our heads are on a swivel, we know. But it does keep other people who aren't comfortable and don't know the laws of the road, it keeps them from getting out.
Yeah.
And with the increase in electric assist bicycles, more people are getting out and enjoying a healthier lifestyle, fresh air and sunshine. And we don't want to stop people from doing that. We want them to be aware of traffic laws.
Right.
So the Ride of Silence is an excellent way to get people out on the roads so that they can see how we obey traffic laws. Mm-hmm. This is a police escorted ride. It has lots of protection around it. Best time for somebody to get out who doesn't normally get out.
Right, right. So come on out and join everybody for a good time and a good effort. We have here an example of a ghost bike. Tell us about the ghost bike.
Ghost bikes are traditionally placed at a location where a cyclist has died in a crash with a driver.
Okay.
There's another one out on Mount Herman Road, and is it 60-foot road?
Yes.
There's an intersection there. A 17-year-old died there. 2 more ghost bikes were placed this week from gentlemen who died. One in 2020 and another in 2023. They just hadn't been acknowledged. And I think the value and the importance of seeing a ghost bike is it makes us more aware.
It's a reminder.
It's a reminder that somebody lost their life here. It's a reminder that they have friends and family in the area. It makes us wonder, is there a lighting issue? Is there a safety issue with the traffic pattern? Or did the driver just not see them, or was the cyclist being careless?
Now you have something, show me this real quick, and I'm going to show it off before you talk about it, but I also want you to tell me how the Ride of Silence works.
So the Ride of Silence starts at Unity Square, and there's a brief history, a poem is read, people are asked to step forward if they know somebody who has been injured or hit, if they have been hit themselves, or if they know somebody who's died in an accident. Then there's a lovely poem that is traditionally read at these opening ceremonies of the event.
Right.
And then we get on our bikes behind the lead riders, and the police and the lead vehicles
Off you go.
escort us through the city.
Okay, now tell me real quick about this shirt. This is the front of the shirt. It's pretty self-explanatory. Now, let me show, don't go anywhere, let me show you the back of the shirt. Explain to me why this is backwards.
So on the front of the shirt, it's written backwards. I don't know if the camera can.
Oh, I had it backwards. You're right. It's backwards on the front of the shirt.
But that's so somebody can, a driver can see you in the rearview mirror and they can read it, because
Please don't run me over.
it comes over backwards if it's written the correct way. And in the back, the car behind us can see what it says, please don't run me over.
Okay, how do we get involved with the Ride of Silence?
This is a free event. There's no registration. You just show up at 6 p.m. on May 21st. It's always the third Wednesday in the month of May.
Right.
We have, I believe it's Kyle from WBOC is our MC this year. We'll do a brief history, explain to everyone
What and why.
And then we make a big circle. It takes about an hour. It looks to be a pretty big year this year, because there's a banner going up on the garage that announces Bike Month and the things that are going on.
Oh, good.
There's been a lot of attention from Delaware, the Sussex County Cycling Club.
That's wonderful to hear. Sarah Lee Monroe, thank you so much for talking to us about this. Please watch out for cyclists, not only during the Ride of Silence, but all the time. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.